The first major tech event of the new year kicks off next week in Las Vegas. The Consumer Electronics Show, better known as CES, brings together the biggest names in the industry and helps set the tone for the year. This year, no question, AI will again be in the spotlight. Our Deirdre Bosa has more on what to expect in today's Tech Check segment. I don't have to tell you, Jim Cramer is very excited for Jensen Huang of NVIDIA's keynote on Monday.
As we all are, and Sarah, you said it, AI is in the spotlight again. But the stakes this time, they're higher than ever. This is users and investors alike are looking beyond the hype for those real-world applications. Now, the elements are there. As Sarah just said, kicking off the conference is NVIDIA CEO and AI kingmaker himself, Jensen Huang. During his keynote Monday in Vegas, he is likely to give a broad overview of the market and where we are at. Industry watchers, they're expecting a key GPU upgrade with the RTX 5000 series. That's based on the new Blackwell architecture that you've likely heard a lot about. NVIDIA shares are up nearly 7% over just the last session and a bit in anticipation of that keynote. Now, for the industry at large, the pressure is on for actual use cases like agents and devices beyond smart toasters and smart refrigerators, which seem to have become a staple of CES. People want more, though, especially as last year's high-profile AI releases, they ultimately underwhelmed. There was the R1 device from Rabbit and the Humane Pin. I don't know if you remember those, but both of them flopped. AI PCs, they were everywhere too, but shipments dipped last year, and lackluster growth for the PC industry is expected this year. Now, adding to this sense of urgency is a trend that we talk about often on Tech Check. This idea that advancements in large language models are shifting the market now in a digestion phase where the focus has moved from raw innovation in those LLMs to integration, optimization, and scaling. Investors, they're becoming increasingly wary of ballooning costs tied to bigger and better models. They're looking for ROI in applications. Where better to look than CES? Another key battleground is agents, AI that is capable of thinking and acting on its own to complete tasks. Increasingly, those are being built into existing devices and ecosystems like smartphones, like the iPhone, not through new AI hardware. The last thing that I will note, guys, is that in recent years, CES has lost a little bit of its shine and relevance. Contributing to that has been COVID, the rise of cloud and enterprise software at a consumer conference, and gimmicky or incremental updates versus real groundbreaking innovation. So this year's really an opportunity for CES to revive its role in the age of AI as we get closer to those killer apps. We're still looking for them, though. So CES, hopefully will showcase at least where some of those are heading.
It's fascinating, Dee, because that does really tell you where the industry is. If the most anticipated event at CES is the CEO of a company that makes racks of servers that no real consumer directly interacts with. So it's not like cute little robots and things like that.
It's a great point. But I will say that the developments in GPUs are focused really on the inference stage, right? They're focused on gaming and they're focused on applications. So what they'll be used for, that'll be interesting. But you're right, like around the edges, we're not looking for the hardware makers, for the chip makers. We're looking for stuff that people can actually use on their devices. On that note, I will note that, Apple hasn't been going in an official capacity since the early 90s. There's just so many events now, and Apple, has tended to even front run them, like with the Vision Pro before. They did that, they released that just ahead of CES. So the stakes are high, and they got to get beyond smart toasters. That's my message this year. We got to see more.
I don't know. Mashable has their top 5 expectations, and one of them is a weird emotional support AI robot. So you might be disappointed.
There you go. Better than a toaster.
A company called Mixie. I think it looks actually cute.
And even smarter toasters.